Yeah, it's Big C, Fin Posse Podcast in the building. If you hating on the Fins, turn this up louder. I grew up on Shula, chalk lines, cold rain, Marino in the pocket, dropping dimes, pure flame. 7-2 perfect, you can't say a thing back. Undefeated on your head, living rent-free fact. Jason Taylor off the edge, helmets turn to skyward. That thumping chest, every hit like a siren. You talking about rings, get your history straight. We the reason that the word perfect holds weight. It's that Fin Posse, rage, turn the volume up. Hey, slick on Miami, you'll get called out tough. From the Orange Bowl ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse, rage, put respect on the name. Big C on the mic, lighting lanes in the flame. This the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. If you talking about the Fins, better get that story right. Yeah, Larry C. Sonka in the mud, blood on his mouthpiece. Ricky in the backfield, making whole crowd screech. Wake off the snap count, quarterbacks daydreaming. By the time they look up, all they see is teal streaming. You forgot about Grease, you forgot about Twilly, you forgot Nat Moore. Going up, getting silly from Marino to a lineage, same jersey. We've been airing that thing out since before you that 30. Posse, rage, turn the volume up. Y'all slick on Miami, you get called out tough. From the Orange Bowl ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse, rage, put respect on the name. Big C on the mic, lighting lanes in the flame. This the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. If you talking about the Fins, better get that story right. This for the diehards, slamming doors on the loss. This for the old heads still quoting Shula talk. This for the kids wearing jerseys in June, waiting all year just to scream in the room. It's that Fin Posse rage, turn the volume up. Slick on Miami, you'll get called out tough. From the Orange Bowl ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse rage, put respect on the name. Big C in the crew, let them drown in the shame. It's the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. Fin Posse Podcast, get the Dolphin story right. Woo! Get the Dolphin story right. Woo! Get the Dolphin story right.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess. What's happening next? You got the venom attention.
What up, Fin fans? Welcome to another episode of the Fin Posse Podcast. I am your host, Big C, and this brought to you by Game Changers Media. How's everyone doing this wonderful Monday? Another beginning to another long week of no football. But don't worry, Big C here to get you connected to all the news and notes and to talk about the NFL draft that is just about a month away now. Exciting times. The Miami Dolphins have a plethora of picks. Obviously, we have a ton of holes on this football team that we need to address. So, this is a very important draft as far as the Dolphins' future is concerned. We hope that we have the right guys in the building to hopefully not make mistakes of years past where, there's been a lot of times that the Miami Dolphins have chosen the wrong guys, taken some unnecessary risks, and it's came back to haunt us, from Deion Jordan to Charles Harris to Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Waddle, just a bunch of picks that you questioned, and obviously they ended up being the wrong moves. And hopefully Sully and Coach Half, they can do a better job, because this draft and next year's draft are super important to determine how long this rebuild's going to take, right? And whether these guys are the right guy job, because if they can't get the draft right, it's going to be hard to put a successful product on the football field. It's going to be really difficult. So Hopefully they do. Hopefully they take the right guys. Hopefully they hit a bunch of home runs. Hopefully this rebuild's not a 3, 4, 5, 6 year thing. Hopefully, year, maybe 2 years at the max. If you can get this draft right and next year's draft and hit some home runs with the amount of cap space we have, we can turn this thing around quickly. We can turn it around quickly, but if you miss on your first round draft picks, if you strike out with Malik Willis, you don't address the quarterback position in the 2027 draft, we could be looking at a whole new regime in 3-4 years and starting over again. So super important draft, super important that these guys do a good job. So you got to put your hands together and pray. You got to hope and pray. You know what I mean? Let's say hello to the people in the chat. Give a shout out to our members, Bonnie, Jocelyn, Miller, Michael Lombardo, my boy, Eagles fan, and of course CB83, who was gifted a membership by Bonnie. Shout out to you guys. Bonnie, good morning. Marcos, good morning. Dean, what's up? Idolman, some sleepers Miami visited. Landon Blue, 5'9" running back, 4'3", Texas. Wade. JD the Great, what up, brother? What up? Miller. The visits are usually nothing. So many times we never end up drafting the people who do visit. Yeah, that's true. Edward, good morning. Good morning. Trade 11 down the 25, 29 range and pick up a 27 first. Plus, it puts us closer to the back-to-back selections. Yeah, I don't know if it matters so much if we got back-to-back selections. I don't know. That's a hefty trade down. Would it be nice to have a first-round draft, an extra first next year? Absolutely, because we might have to go out and get us a quarterback. Malik Willis isn't a guaranteed thing. Hopefully he does turn out. But it's going to be hard to really gauge how good of a player Willis can be for us if he's surrounded by not the greatest weapons in the world. You know what I mean? If he plays poorly this upcoming season, is that really on Malik Willis, or does that say something about the talent around him? Now, if he had Jalen Waddle here still, Devon Achane, I heard they're saying that they're not taking calls for him, but who knows what's really going on behind closed doors. But if Achane were to get traded and, you don't have a Waddle even, how much can you put the pressure of that on Malik Willis and determine how good he's going to be? If he's throwing to a bunch of bozos and doesn't have a legit running game and they don't fix the offensive line, can you really blame Malik Willis for that? Can you really blame Malik Willis? So, I think they put themselves in a rough position with Malik Willis. He's damned if he does. He's damned if he doesn't. But we shall see. JD the Great, I hope you become a member. You're one of the few fans that, well, I won't call you my fan. I don't call anybody my fan because I don't believe I have fans. But you're one of the few people that I've met in person. I hope you become a member of the channel. Again, a lot of good things planned for the members of the channel. So please, you guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be well worth it. Help build this channel up. I'll be forever grateful. You'll be one of the few first people that have helped build this channel, and I do appreciate it. Again, I'm going to be doing giveaways. I got this fresh jersey on. I know it's a Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek was one of my favorite Dolphins. I ain't gonna lie. Tyreek was one of my favorite Dolphins, and I ain't gonna lie. I got this fresh joint for $16. It was on sale for $169. It was $169. I seen, Tyreek got traded. They wanted to sell it for $16. Boom. I don't give a damn. It looks fresh. It's hot. It's dope. I took it. Whatever. But yeah, we're going to be doing giveaways. We got a draft hat giveaway coming up here soon. If anybody's got a picture of what the draft hats are going to look like, let me know and let me see. I'll appreciate that. I appreciate that, JD. No rush, brother. Just, you're one of the few guys that me and JD, if you guys don't know, we was kicking it at the Bills Dolphins game last year. Hope to catch up with him again. JD's a great dude, man. And the guy's stylish. This guy got some official Dolphins gear. I'll tell you that. He was repping hard. Shauna, what up? Joe, what up? Joe's still saying, I think we will trade Achan. Brother. Let's talk about someone that may be really traded. And that's let's talk about Jordan Brooks. Jordan Brooks is one of my favorite players on this football team. I think he's an underrated player in this league. For real. I think Jordan Brooks is one of the best inside linebackers in football. He led the league in tackles last year. Just an absolute ball hawk. Team leader. He's the leader of that defense. But this is a rebuild. This is absolutely a rebuild. And like I said, I'm okay with trading away and doing the things the Miami Dolphins have to do to rebuild and rebuild the correct way. So if that means trading Jordan Brooks, that means trading Jordan Brooks. I'm not, I've been against trading Achan, and it's just simply, it's not because I'm such a homer for the guy. It's not because I'm just such a Achan fan. I am. I love Achan. I think he's phenomenal. But Achan doesn't make sense to trade. The compensation doesn't make sense. And the fact that he's 24 years old and one of the best playmakers in all the NFL, it just doesn't make sense for me to trade him. But I can do what's needed to be done if I was in charge of the Miami Dolphins. And Jordan Brooks, even though he's one of my favorite players, I got to look at what's realistic. Jordan Brooks is 28 years old. He'll be 29 in October. How much elite play does the guy have left? By the time we're ready to compete, he's going to be 30, 31. Probably on the downward tilt of his career. So it makes sense to go and get draft compensation for Jordan Brooks. Now, I'm not going to give him away like we did Fitzpatrick. We absolutely gave Fitzpatrick away, which absolutely was retarded. The fact that we gave Fitzpatrick away for a 7th round draft pick was retarded. And I know that we needed the financial relief, but I'm sure there's some way you could have got more compensation for Fitzpatrick than a 7th round draft pick. The guy hasn't been the same player that he was in Pittsburgh, but he was a pretty good safety still last year. So I think it was ridiculous that you trade him for a 7th round pick. But Jordan Brooks, if you can find the right deal, absolutely. Jordan Brooks is going to want new money. Like I said, he's going to be 29 in October. It makes sense. Does it make this team worse for next year? Absolutely. But does it make sense to get rid of a player who's going to be hitting that age where typically, players, hit a wall and it's more so about coming down more than it is ascending? Yeah, it makes sense. So I'd be down for it. Does it happen? We'll see. Where there's a will, there's a way. If someone wants them bad enough, I'm sure the Miami Dolphins will take them up on that offer. We're going to have a hell of a lot of cap space next year. These guys are going to be able to do each and everything they're going to want to do in free agency next year, which should be exciting. But how exciting is it going to be? Because we've heard these guys preach through the draft. And if you want to believe that they're going to do everything exactly the way the Packers did, I mean, you can believe that if you want. My opinion on that is, yeah, they're going to do some things the way that the Packers did. Absolutely. But just because the Packers didn't take a wide receiver in the first round ever doesn't mean the Miami Dolphins aren't going to. Sully played a part in the Green Bay Packers drafts. I'm sure he did. But let's not forget, Sully wasn't the one making the decisions. Sully wasn't the one drafting players. There might have been lots of instances where Sully maybe wanted a receiver in the first round or wanted to do something different than the Packers' real GM. So we can't go based solely off what the Green Bay Packers have done. We can't do that. So I think everything's up in the air. I think anything is possible with this draft. I wouldn't be surprised if we took a receiver at 11. I wouldn't be surprised at anything at this point. I think more than likely this Miami Dolphins front office is going to look to trade down. Unless there's an absolute prospect that they feel like they cannot pass up. Because I think this draft is deep in a lot of positions. And to be honest, folks, we have a lot of holes. We have a lot of holes on this football team. So I think we can, hit a home run even if we trade down. Maybe we don't get the top prospect at a certain position. But I think we can get a pretty damn good player and pick up some future picks. So we shall see. Let's get into it. We're about to hit mock draft number 3. I'm going to try to do this draft. I'm going to try to take as many picks as possible. And then maybe we'll do another one real quick. These are fun for me. They never end up being the way things really turn out, but it's a fun experiment. And, they don't take a whole lot of time. I don't like to sit there and concentrate and take an hour on a mock draft because it's just a mock draft. It's just a mock draft. You know what I mean? So we'll bust one out, and then if we got time, we'll bust another out. Marcos, I appreciate that. Hit that like button for your boy. Help the channel grow. We're almost at 900 subs. We get to 1,000 subs, I'm giving away $1,000. But you gotta get up in there. You gotta get up in there. You gotta help the channel grow. And the people that are members are going to get their names entered that many more times. So Miller, Bonnie, Michael Lombardo, CB83, Jossum, they're all going to have a higher chance to win that $1,000 when it's time to give that away. 1,000 subs, $1,000. What other channel's doing that? What other channel's doing that? What other channel's doing that? I've given away $500 when we got the 500 subs. I don't know what other channel's doing that. So support somebody that's going to support you. You know what I mean? You can support these guys all you want, and more power to you. But I'm here. I'm one of you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. That's why I go down and I read every comment that's in this chat. I go through and read every comment in this chat every day. You can't tell me that them other guys are doing that unless your things lighten up green for them. I'm just saying. And please, I've been going back and forth with myself about this. I don't want to be that person, so just because I read every comment and I try to address every comment, don't punish me for that. Like, I know they get super chats. I know they get memberships because people want their comments brought up and this, that, and the third. Don't punish me because I do it out the kindness of my heart. You know what I mean? Oh, I ain't getting to 100K, but I appreciate that, Shauno. Shauno, become a member. Be the first non-Dolphin fan well, you can't be the first. The Eagle guy was gifted one, so we can have Bills fans as members. I'm actually coming up to Buffalo hopefully soon. I'm about to get up with Michael K. I had a conversation with him. Going to get some lunch and stuff. Shauno, you're not in Buffalo no more, right? Let's get this mock draft going, though. Now, we're getting it going right now, Anthony. Anthony, you should be a member of the channel. You hear all the time, Get up in here. You always got something to say, which is great. Anthony's always got something to say. He's always got some wisdom to lie upon us. Anthony, you're more than you become a member. You come up here and say what you want when you want to. You can give your 2 cents anytime you want. We'll give you a little special section. Dean said, I will get you to 1,000 by mid-April, guaranteed. Dean, if you can do that, hats off to you. I'll make you an honorary member straight up. Michael K was here last week. He was here on Friday. Michael K was on Friday. He was blocked, and I didn't know how to unblock him. Anthony, it's only a couple dollars a month, brother. I mean, tell your parents, chill, you need Big C in your life. You know what I mean? All right, let's get this thing going. Without further ado. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Do 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 do. All right, let's see. All right. I gotta get it so I can see your guys' comments at the same time. This isn't charging. Why aren't you charging? Hold on, I'm trying to get this. There we go. So I can see your comments at the same time. Again, hit that like button for your boy. You know. All right, let's go. We're doing a 7-round mock draft with the speed turned up. The phone don't want to charge. I dropped coffee on it yesterday. What the freak? All right, let's go. What the hell is going on here? Now I can hear myself. All right. All right, let's go. Start draft. All right. All right, start. So Casey took Delane. That really, he's my favorite. If you don't know, the LSU corner is my favorite to take at 11 if he's there. If we're not going to trade out of it, he's my go-to guy. Right now, I got the Raiders, Mendoza. Got the Cardinals taking Reese. Styles taking for the Jets. Caleb Downs from Minnesota. Bain going to the Panthers. Tate going to Cleveland. I've been saying it for a long time. I got to get a mouse. Bailey to the Bears. Francis to the Lions. Mansour Delaney to the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know how to say the kid's name from Penn State. Offensive guard to the Bengals at 10. And we're sitting here at 11. We got Jeremiah Love, Fano, Tyson, Lemon, Sadiq, McCoy. People say love, trade HN. That's not what I'm about. I'm looking at the trades. So the Rams says pick all, what's that, 21? Or no, we get 1361 for pick 11. Yeah, I mean, that just makes sense, right? You're moving down 2 spots. You pick up an extra 61 in the second round, late second. You're going to jump on that. Except now Love's still available. Fano's still available. Lemon, Sadiq. The Rams took Jordan Tyson. Cowboys took Gerard McCoy. Terrell's still there if you want to go corner. Sadiq, obviously the tight end. But let's see what these trades are offering. Let's see what the trades. Dallas give us pick 20 and 92. Kansas City gives us 29 and 40. And then Seattle gives us 32, 64, and 96. 28 is a long way to drop down from 13 without gaining an extra first. But you gain an extra second this year. I just feel like that's too far to drop down if you're not getting an extra first, right? Tell me in the chat, is that too far to drop down if you're not getting an extra first? I mean, you're getting a pretty early second this year, but man. Yeah, I just feel like that's too far. If you want to move up that far in the draft, that's 15 spots. You got to come with a first round pick. Obviously, Achan's still on here. I know people want to trade Achan, but the right answer at this point is you go get this big offensive tackle and hopefully solidify that offensive line. So I'm going Fano there. Miami back on the clock at pick 30. You got Colton Hood there, cornerback, if you want to go. You got Mesidor, the edge from Miami. He is 25 years old. You got TJ Parker, the edge from Clemson. Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver for Indiana. I kind of like him. But to be honest, folks, this is how I look at this. You can't fill every position this year. You're not going to be able to find your all-star player at every position. Listen, my idea is Jeremiah Smith in next year's draft in the first round. I think they're comparing him to Julio Jones, saying he has that type of potential. If Malik Willis is our guy and we're not going quarterback in the first round next year, Jeremiah Smith, that's the pick that I would make next year. So, I mean, this year you're not going to have a star number one, but next year you're going to get the cream of the crop if you want at wide receiver. So I wouldn't target wide receiver early in this draft. Let's see what trades are available. Baltimore wants to give us 45 and 80, 54 and 68. No. Pittsburgh 34 and a future what? They're trying to give us a future second to move down 4. And then Seattle is trying to give us, we'd move down 2 spots and gain an extra second. Seattle's probably going to be the better team this year, but we're going to take Seattle's offer. Let's see what other trades. Carolina wants to give us 51 in the future. That's a long way to go. What are they? Extra? No. You're tripping. That's too far. 53, 57. Again, that's too far to trade down. I'm not accepting any of these. I want to make trades, but I'm not gonna mess this thing up. So we got CJ Allen, outside linebacker, Colton Hood, cornerback from Tennessee, Omar Cooper Jr., TJ Parker, Clemson, Blake Miller, Clemson, Emmanuel McNeil, Warren. Some people might see this as a stretch. Let me see. Let me see. Whoa. Why is it? Jesus, I can't scroll down my fat fingers. When I click on a corner, it drops all the way down to 253. Why? People are going to say this is stretch, but Chris Johnson, the corner out of San Diego State, he is just I feel like he's a system match for the Green Bay Packers, and Jeff Hafley's defense. So I'm going Chris Johnson here. Corner. Check him out. This kid is an animal. I'm telling you. Y'all might not love that pick, but I'm telling you, he's a monster. Minnesota wants to have us drop 6 spots. What are they offering us? Pick 82. He wants to drop a lot. Pick 81. Why is this such a better pick? Oh, it's not. 6 spots to gain pick 82. Let me see who's available. No, I won't do that. I'm going to take, who have we picked already? So far, we got Fano and Chris Johnson. I'm taking R. Mason Thomas, pass rusher. This is where it gets interesting. Because if you believe in the rumors of the Jordan Brooks, I like Jacob Rodriguez. I like Jacob Rodriguez a lot. So if you believe the rumors that that Jordan Brooks could be out on his way out, Jacob Rodriguez makes a lot of sense here. Man, Dunker, he's an offensive guard. We could use that. We did take offensive tackle. Romeo Height, I like him off the edge too. We need a safety. AJ. Who else is? Kamari Ramsey, really good safety. Let's take a look at the trades. 6180, 6169. Yeah, I don't want to move down that far. That's 20 spots. It's 20 spots. Let me see what picks we got still. 61, 75. 75, 87. All right. Let's see. I'm going to shore up this offensive line. I'm going to take Dunker. He can play tackle too. People might not agree with that. Beautiful. I'm taking Kamari Ramsey here. One of the best safeties in all of college football. Damn, my phone died. Now I can't see what you guys are saying. Man. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick. Rodriguez would be helpful. What guards are here? Yeah, I know we need a receiver. But again, my goal, if Willis is really your guy, if you're really committing to Willis, Jeremiah Smith next year is the answer to the wide receiver problem. And I know that's a year away, but again, you cannot get everything this year. We need multiple corners. Julian Neal is a decent corner. He's a bigger corner, 6'2", 203 pounds. Good speed, 4.49. I'm probably going Julian Neal here. Picks 90 for 101, 142. See what wide receivers. Lane, Skyler Bell, Brennan Thompson. Tight end. Let's go Michael Trigg here, tight end. Although I do like Jolly. Wide receiver. Now, I know we want to move away from the smaller receivers, but we did lose a lot of speed in Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. So I don't feel bad about taking Deion Burks here. Explosive slot receiver. Oh, 5'10". Let's see all products. Don't worry, we're gonna do another one. This isn't panning out exactly the way I like, but and I know you guys are gonna give me the business about some of the picks. Zane Durant. Somebody was telling me that Zane Durant was a nice prospect. Again, once you get towards these lower guys, I'm going to have to do some more research. Again, these are a lot of guys to learn. You know what I mean? It's a lot of guys to learn. Let's take this inside linebacker in case Jordan Brooks does have to go. See if we can't find another bigger body wide receiver. 6'3", 4.94. Sorry, my phone died, so I can't see anything you guys are saying right now. You guys are probably giving me the business. That's okay, though. Let's go this guy. We got an A. So we took Fano at 13, then traded down. We got Chris Johnson, who I like a lot. R. Mason Thomas, he's one of the top rated edges in this draft. You got Dunker who can play tackle or guard. That should solidify this offensive line. Achane should be able to run all day. Willis should have time to throw. Who's he going to throw to? You might have to hit up free agency again, see who gets left out. Maybe a Keenan Allen, someone like that, to fill the hole this year. Kamari Ramsey, one of the top safeties in this league, are in this draft. Julian Neal, he's a decent corner. We need multiple corners. Michael Triggs got a lot of upside at the tight end position. Deion Burks is an explosive slot guy. I know we want a big physical wide receiver. Again, 2027, Jeremiah Smith is the goal if Willis is your quarterback of the future. Zane Durant, defensive tackle, 3 technique. I've heard decent things about him. Again, once you get towards the end of the draft, it's a real crapshoot anyway. But how do you think we did on this one? Lance got picked right before I was going to grab him. You know what I mean? Miller says Deion Burks is my number 5 wide receiver. I love it. Yeah, I mean, everybody talking about we need bigger wide receivers, and I agree. But we lost all our small receivers, our small, fast receivers too. So we do need to add some speed to this team. Yeah, I mean, it does take a couple. It takes a couple years, right? Dolman said safety styles. Yeah, I seen him on there too. He said we got 5 slot receivers. Yeah, but he can be your slot of the future. I don't think anybody that we have on the roster right now should be here probably next year. None of the receivers on this roster should probably be here next year. And that's including Malik Williams. Well, that's including Malik. I don't think Malik has shown us enough in his first couple of years to say that he's earned a permanent roster spot with the Miami Dolphins. Would you agree? I don't think Malik Washington has shown us enough that, what has he done? He's been here for 2 years. He had a great opportunity to do something last year. Yeah, bad quarterback play, but Malik Washington hasn't shown us enough. I don't think he's our slot of the future. So Craig says C+. I mean, they gave us an A. You know what I mean? We have D tackles from last draft. Not sure if we need one. I agree. Probably didn't need another D tackle. He was just a name that I've heard positive feedback about, and there wasn't a lot of guys left that, that, to be honest, that I knew. Let me see. Let me set up another one. I wish I wouldn't have went all the way out like that. How many runs does it take? We'll pop off one more real quick, just for the shits and giggles. Now, this one, what strategy would you guys like to take? Best player available. You guys want to try to trade up? What you trying to do? Durant, fastest D tackle at the combine. Well, there you go. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna still look at the trades. See what's up. Raphael, you've been rocking with me a long time, brother. You ain't gonna become a member of the channel? Raphael been rocking with me for a long time. Like him and Bonnie are my first two ever. My first two ever. Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely see what Washington's made of this year. Hopefully Malik, plays good enough that we get a true, understanding what type of player he can be for us. But yeah. All right, let's get to it. Caleb Downs is available. Mansour Delane, Spencer Fano, Malik Lemon, Sadiq, McCoy. Baltimore's trying to trade up from 14, giving us 115. Chicago trying to trade up from. How do you try to give us? You want us to move down 14 spots and only give us the 57th overall pick? You are absolutely bugging. Minnesota wants us to move down. None of these trades are, let me see what. Let me see. No way. All right, I got an idea. Hold on. Let's see. Where Dallas? Oh, Dallas don't got no first round picks. What? Never mind. Yeah, to be honest, none of these picks or these trades had me jumping up and down for them. Moving down 7 spots. I mean, I guess this Minnesota one, I guess. I mean, it's just for fun, I guess. You offering us extra first? No. Let's go Keldrick Falk here. There's been a lot of talk about him being a Dolphin. 30. Let's go. Let's try something different. Again, that's the beauty of these drafts. Gives you an opportunity to try something different. Let's take Omar Cooper Jr. Get your wide receiver, right? Trades are available this time. They're really shitting us on us with the trades this time. We'll take it. Fuck it. Screw it. I really like this Keith Abney at corner. We'll go ahead and grab Jacob Rodriguez this time in case Jordan Brooks gets moved. A little bit of reach, but I'm going to go Rutledge. That helps shore up one of the guard positions. I'm going to go ahead and take Ted Hurst here, another wide receiver, but he's a bigger body wide receiver. 6'3", great speed, that 4.42. Go ahead and take Wheatley. He's a very good high safety prospect. Now, we took Julian Neal last time too, but he's sitting there. We need another corner. Justin Jolly, I like him, North Carolina State. Let's go snatch up Drew Alar, make it interesting. Need another safety. Again, once you get down here. Diego Pounds. And I'll go with safety. A-. We took Kendrick Falk in the first, along with Omar Cooper Jr., Keith Albany the second, cornerback, inside linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez, guard, Keelan Rutledge. I really like him. Ted Hurst, the big wide receiver. Wheatley, safety out of Penn State. Julian Neal. Justin Jolly, the tight end. Drew Alar. I don't know if I like this one quite as much. Falk, I'm not in love with him as a first round prospect, to be honest. But yeah, that's our two mocks for the day. I mean, I probably prefer the first one over the second one, to be honest. To be honest, that second one, I would have took Delane the first pick. I wouldn't have probably traded down there. I feel like he's the best corner in this draft. We have a lot of holes in this team. If you can get the best of any one singular position, I think you gotta take that guy. And I think he's the best corner in the draft. So it makes sense to me. Again, I'm not high on taking any of these receivers in the first round. I know that's a huge need for this football team. But I honestly, if Willis is your guy, that means we're not taking a quarterback in the first round next year. If Willis is truly your guy, we're not taking a quarterback in the first round next year. And Jeremiah Smith out of Ohio State next year is a monster. He's a monster. If he was in this draft, he'd be the number one wide receiver coming out. You give him another year of college football. Listen, he's going to be special. He's going to be special. So it is what it is. We're going to do a whole lot of these. You'll probably get sick of them. We'll explore all types of options. We'll explore just getting as many picks for the 2027 draft as possible, because next year's draft is going to be considerably better than this one, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll trade away future picks for picks this year and fill as many roster spots this year as possible. So if we got to trade our first next year to get back in the first this year, that's something we're going to try too. Why not try every avenue? It's just for fun, folks. It's not real life. So I don't want to be called a stupid idiot because we did this, or you don't know football because we did that. It's all experimental. It's all for fun, right? Raphael, I expect you to see you be a member, brother. I expect to see you be a member. But yeah, that was our mocks for the day. Again, whether Jordan Brooks gets traded, who knows? Wait and see. If the right compensation is available for him, I'm trading him. Again, there's not too many players on this team that I'm not trading. I'm not trading Achane. Patrick Paul, I'm probably not trading. Patrick Paul, he played good last year, and he's shown that he's a good left tackle. I don't know if he's shown me enough that he's an elite left tackle that should be untouchable, right? So I would say Achane's untouchable right now, and I'd say Kenneth Grant, because you're not going to be able to get the compensation back for him. And I still think he has a super high ceiling. But there's not too many players on this team that I feel like are untouchable. So we shall see. It is what it is. These are always fun. Again, don't take them too serious. They're just for fun, right? They're just for fun. The poll results, let me see. There's your poll results. Patrick Paul should be untouchable. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the guys on that list, obviously. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, don't take these too serious. They're just for fun. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share, become a member. If you want a chance at that $1,000 when we hit that, Dean says he has us there by mid-April. So if you want an opportunity to win the $1,000 giveaway for the 1,000 subscribers, make sure you're a member. Make sure you're a member so you can get your name entered multiple times in that drawing. Listen, I keep telling people there's not a lot of people that are in this community, right? There's not a lot of people that come into this channel daily. You see the numbers. You got a pretty good chance. And if you're a member of the channel, you just increase your chances that much more. Could you imagine getting $1,000 just for watching a YouTube video of your favorite NFL team? Or maybe you're not, maybe this isn't your favorite NFL team. Maybe you just like to sit here and Look at my beautiful mug. Just, it's worth it. Trust me. But I'm going to get out of here. I'll see y'all either tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll see. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And you know what it is. Fins up forever, ever, and ever, and ever.
Yeah. It's Big C. Fin Posse Podcast in the building. If you hating on the Fins, turn this up louder. I grew up on Shula. Chalk lines, cold rain, Marino in the pocket, dropping dimes, pure flame. 7-2 perfect, you can't say a thing back. Undefeated on your head, living rent-free fact. Jason Taylor off the edge, helmets turning skyward. That thumping chest, every hit like a siren. You talking about rings, get your history straight. We the reason that the word perfect holds weight. It's that Fin Posse. Rage, turn the volume up. Hey, slick on Miami, you'll get called out tough. From the orange boat ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse, rage, put respect on the name. Big C on the mic, lighting lanes in the flame. This the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. If you talking about the Fins, better get that story right. Yeah, Larry C. Sonka in the mud, blood on his mouthpiece. Ricky in the backfield, making whole crowd screech. Wake off the snap count, quarterbacks daydreaming. By the time they look up, all they see is teal streaming. You forgot about Grease, you forgot about Twilly, you forgot Nat Moore. Going up, getting silly from Marino to a lineage, same jersey. We've been airing that thing out since before you that 30. Posse, rage, turn the volume up. Y'all slick on Miami, you get called out tough. From the orange boat ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse, rage, put respect on the name. Big C on the mic, lighting lanes in the flame. This the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. If you talking about the Fins, better get the story right. This for the diehards, slamming doors on the loss. This for the old heads still quoting Shula talk. This for the kids wearing jerseys in June, waiting all year just to scream in the room. It's that Fin Posse rage, turn the volume up. On Miami, you'll get called out tough. From the orange boat ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse rage, put respect on the name. Big C in the crew, let them drown in the shame. It's the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. Fin Posse Podcast, get the Dolphin story right. Woo! Get the Dolphin story right. Woo!